Dino Crisis 2! Nom
nom.
God. Been waiting for the resolution to that cliffhanger since what?
2000.
More than half my life?
Yeah, for me it's almost like 75%.
Since I was 9?
If I round down to 16 years, then yeah, it's like over 75% of my life.
Oh, and it's so trippy too, because we just replayed through some of it more recently. At the end, it shows you 2 different angles. Yeah. So you can't really tell which way it's going to fall on them either. So moving on. Characters. Regina from the first one, you know, she's pretty
cool.
Has her stun gun all the time. But I know it's not a gun, it's a rod. Yeah. Stun rod.
It's like a little, it's like a miniature lightsaber. It doesn't cut things.
I need something. I don't. So yeah, and then Dylan with his machete, you know, very beginning have to make him out to be like Jarhead, only one solution type of thing with the beginning.
Yeah, that beginning part makes him look a little silly.
Yeah,
I don't understand it.
Oh, but he comes back from that. He definitely bounces back.
Yeah,
I end up liking him more than Regina, and Regina was in the first one.
You didn't like the first one.
That's true, but it was trying to be Resident Evil with dinosaurs. Did you like the first one?
I didn't play the first one.
Oh, well, it was trying to be Resident Evil with dinosaurs.
I know what it was trying to be.
And then it just wasn't. But the second game was perfect. Capcom totally screwed up when they did the third one of these. They should have just kept it going, like the cliffhanger left on, and, you know, tied it back in. I'm sure that they could have came up with something crazy to keep it going.
It would have been better than Super Spaceosaurus Rex. That game sucked.
They should have done that, kept that as their action series, and then left Resident Evil as horror survival. Instead, they turned Resident Evil into like an action game, and now it's some sort of, I don't even like, so disappointed.
Yeah. They could have totally done that, because Dino Crisis 2 takes a very cool arcadey shooter type of approach in its gameplay. The more dinosaurs you kill, the more extinction points you rack up, and the closer together you kill them, the more of a combo you get. And it works to buy upgrades and better weapons and sub-weapons, more ammo as well.
And there's a few places where you can like break it and get a ridiculously high combo, like 300.
Yeah.
In one of the very beginning parts of the game, actually, you can do it with Dylan. It's a fun time.
A cool thing with when you're killing raptors too, if you get a combo of 20 or higher, the next time you go into an area with raptors, you get 2 super raptors that drop an insane amount of extinction points, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, gotta love those extinction points. Oh, gotta love the different change up in gameplay too, and then how many different types of things do we end up doing? You end up shooting off the back of the ship. That they make it like its own little mini game.
It feels very much like a different kind of arcade shooter, one of the arcade shooters where you kind of point at the screen and shoot at them instead of like
racking up all the extinction points. And then the underwater level, you know, I hate water levels in games.
Yeah, one of the underwater levels that don't suck goes to this game.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, and I really enjoyed doing it.
And it doesn't overstay its welcome.
Nope. And then the Triceratops part was pretty awesome also. It was pretty similar to the boat part, but it was different in its own way. So
yeah.
They definitely switch it up.
Every time they do one of these changes of gameplay, they do a good job of making it not last too long, and it's actually enjoyable for the short time that they're there.
And they definitely change it up enough with their different little things. Like, it makes it pretty awesome the whole way through. When you're them and you're shooting off the flare gun so they can blow up the Allosauruses.
Yeah.
Oh, so much fun. Blow those purple fuckers up!
They were like green.
Sorry. I haven't played it for a while.
Purple? I don't think there was a single purple enemy in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe I have a bad memory.
Anyway, the dinosaur variety is pretty good too. There's like 10 or 11 different kinds of dinosaurs. There's like raptors, the stupid small acid spitty things from Jurassic Park.
Oh God, don't they have copies too?
Yeah, they have copies, only for a little bit.
Yeah.
The Allosaurus, the T-Rex, the Triceratops, the long neck, bitey things.
Brachiosaurus.
No, not those. Those are. I was talking about the underwater one.
Oh yeah, okay. I forget what those are called.
Plesiosaurus, I do believe.
Yes. I think you're right.
Pterodactyls.
Or we just sound stupid on our channel. I hope no one minds that.
I didn't go to archaeology school.
I took an archaeology class.
And you have no excuse.
I didn't really learn that much. It was online. It's not like we covered dinosaurs. Like, we were like, oh, today we'll go over the land before time. 7, a stone of cold fire. And all the bones involved in those dinosaurs. Oh, class would be interesting and entertaining then. But anyways, I digress. Back to the point.
The presentation of the game is pretty good too. They use pre-rendered backgrounds in a way that I don't think is that bad, because pre-rendered backgrounds can be pretty annoying at times, but it's in a way that it makes it feel very cinematic. There's a couple of instances where you're like running over a bridge and then the T-Rex is running right underneath of it, and it's awesome.
It is so awesome. It's like Jurassic Park level awesome.
Yeah, it is wonderful. All the different cinematic pieces that you can have just by...
And they have like 5 of them through it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, they zoom out and you get to see like a herd of Triceratops moving in the background, or the T-Rex, a few other things. And it's one of the end credit things I actually want to watch all the way through.
Yeah.
Not because anything happens after or anything, but because watching, they just show clips of the dinosaurs and some of the stuff, like the world and everything, and it's amazing.
The music and the sound effects are very good and complement the scenery very well.
It is just fantastic.
The actual shooting mechanics of the game too are really good. You know, as Resident Evil went on and they had that over-the-shoulder camera system, you'd have to run around and start and stop to shoot. But this one, it has tank controls, which are normally a detriment, but they're workable in this one, and you run around and you don't have to stop to shoot, and it's actually really good.
Yeah, I love how they figured that out back then, but they can't put it together for these days with that.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that aspect of the game too back then. Like, it kept it fast-paced and didn't slow it down as much.
Really the only fault with the combat I can find is when you're running around shooting things and then, you know, you just got your 19th dinosaur killed and then suddenly a raptor comes barreling in from off screen to break your combo, ruin your day.
Well, if you don't suck, you wouldn't have that problem.
Do you even combo?
I do combo.
Do you even crisis? Do you even dino?
Do I even crisis the dino?
Capcom doesn't even Dino Crisis anymore either.
Oh, it's so depressing. I don't even want to talk about the third one. That's just such a disaster. Oh, but second one's still amazing, and the storyline the storyline's pretty interesting.
It's not like Shakespearean or anything, but
no.
It works for what it is. And
Yeah, sorry.
Its ending definitely made me want more.
I guess I built that up a little bit. It's not like Final Fantasy VII or Metal Gear Solid type of amazing or anything, but it's definitely, it keeps you invested and interested in these characters, except for David. Nobody cares about David. Cowboy, hat wearing stupid fucker. Ugh. Hate him so much. He only pops up to save them when they're in trouble.
From the raptors in the high grass.
Yeah, from the raptors in the high grass.
The replayability of this game is actually really good too, because there's all sorts of different things you can do. Like, first of all, after the game, you get the Dino Arena, where you can play as different characters and just kill a bunch of dinosaurs. Where you can even unlock other dinosaurs too.
Yeah, running around as a T-Rex,
Stomping on people.
a Gigantosaurus.
I don't think you ever got that.
No, I don't think so. I think the biggest one you got was a T-Rex.
Yeah.
But let's jump to that. I was a little disappointed how they had your like T-Rex as your arch nemesis following you across the planet and everything. You know, he follows you so far, swims across an ocean to chase you. You fight him with a tank. We didn't go over that little mini game thing. That was pretty fun too.
Yeah.
Getting control of that tank for a minute. And then they just randomly throw that Giganosaurus in there and kill him.
I
was a little disappointed there wasn't like an end fight.
actually
At
think
all.
it was really wonderful.
Yeah.
Because that thing has been tenaciously following you and messing your world up. It destroyed all of your people except for, the two characters with plot armor, but that's besides the point. And then this other monster just comes in and destroys it 2/3 of the way through the game. That you don't have to do anything else to establish that thing as a threat. Imagine if Resident Evil 3 had some other zombie come in and snap Nemesis in half. You would immediately be afraid of that zombie.
I disagree. I disagree harshly. I was emotionally attached to that fight, and I wanted to get revenge on that Tyrannosaurus mother. Grah!
And now you got to avenge him.
Grr!
And you got to avenge him when you killed the Giganosaurus.
I said revenge, not avenge. Why would I want to avenge him? I wanted to kill him.
Well, he died
Or at
anyway.
least fight him again and kick his ass first.
I think they did a good job establishing the Giganosaurus as a threat that way.
Well, I mean, at any point in time, they could have had that bust in.
Yeah.
They should have just done it at the very end.
That wouldn't have worked. Then it would just be another giant monster right out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know, I'm being stupid. Anyways. So, fun times with that. I really enjoyed playing through those parts, though. Like, they were a lot of fun. Even I actually find the most annoying part, when you first come across the running ones that are, like, super to the ground or whatever. You gotta use the one gun that, like, shoots on the ground to flip them upside down.
Oh yeah, the Komodo dragon things.
Yeah, the Komodo dragon things. Ugh. Anyways, I feel like I should know their names. I'm a tool sauce.
You are a tool sauce.
Anyways. I didn't really enjoy doing those parts, but, I mean, after a while I just came to accept them for what they were.
They weren't really that long, anyway.
Yeah, those ones I always found annoying. Just cause it's not even like you really have a hard time killing them. I don't know. I just never enjoyed them.
Yeah.
And then after that, moving on to David again, and how he shows up with a boat in time just to save us.
Yeah. David really is only there for convenience. You never get attached to him as a character. He never really matters.
He has like, what, a dozen lines the whole game?
I don't think any of them are more than 3 or 4.
Because, I
words.
mean, the first time we really see him is when
he
he's...
shoots the T-Rex in the eye.
Yeah, and he's just there for half a second. Why doesn't the T-Rex chase him? No. The T-Rex chases the main characters because they're the main characters.
Yeah.
What is the sense of that? God.
We wouldn't
Anyways.
feel threatened by the T-Rex if he was chasing Cowboy Schmuck McGee.
Yeah. God forbid we use logic in these games. Ah.
That's a video game.
Good point.
It's a game about traveling back in time and shooting dinosaurs. How logical can you be?
Oh my god. You just messed that up? They travel to the future.
Whatever.
Ah, Tool.
Future, past, it's all relative.
3,000 years in the future and it's a complete forest and there's nothing left of man. I'm kind of actually concerned. What happened to make everything disappear so much?
Whatever. They overestimated the powers of the future anyway. The game took place in 2010.
What?
He says that. May 10th, 2010. We're embarking on this mission.
Yeah, that's when they start.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because they...
Capcom apparently thought we'd have time travel in 2010.
Capcom's crazy. How awesome would it be to have time travel, though? I mean, come on.
It would be
I could go back and murder you in your sleep as a child. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You just do it up front.
In fairness, this guy's always asking me if I want to fight, and he never does. What? So, yeah, David shows up again, and then you have another little mini-game thing where you are protecting him, and then you go back, and, you know, I understand he saves us again. Well, he saves Dylan again right there, you know, with a convenient rocket launcher, just like, and then when he's like, when we have plenty of time, and the dinosaur's still off-put and everything, like, he shoves Dylan out of the way into the river, and then he just stands there and goes, ah, as he gets eaten.
Yeah, we didn't even get a dream sequence where all the dead dinosaurs' ghosts came and attacked us either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That timing was a little off. And then Regina is just like, oh, doesn't even like try to.
She was on the other end of it. She was nowhere within reach of Dylan to do anything.
I know, I was saying afterwards, she just kind of assumes he's gone or dead or
she
whatever.
She found him later!
I'm pretty sure she says, I thought you were dead.
I don't think she did.
Oh, well. It shouldn't have taken her that long to catch up. She should have been, like, right behind him.
He was floating down a river.
She was on a boat, like 30 feet away.
She
Anyways.
had to deal with the Allosaurus that was nomming on what's-his-face.
Yeah, what happened in that part? We don't get to, like, kill the Allosaurus and see his body busted out?
Who cares?
In the pieces? Okay.
That part wasn't important to the plot. Instead, they gave us an unrelenting escort mission.
Yeah, which
that was one part.
I understand she's our daughter or whatever, but come on. That just led the way for Ashley in Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
Ugh. And she's a blonde too. Totally took it from that.
Yeah.
And then the big plot twist. Dylan leaves himself a message. Although I've always been kind of iffy on that whole thing and how it's supposed to work.
I don't overthink it, I just roll with it.
I overthink it. I overthink it all the time, but
think everything.
What? Whatever. I think there's a little bit.
You know what would solve
weirdness
this is
in
if there's unresolved things, they should just make another game, but no.
Yeah, you know, like ending it on major cliffhanger.
Then make a third game that has nothing to do with them.
Who does that? God. Back to the point here. So yeah, it was I love the game and totally worth the replay to do the arena and unlock more things. Especially the dinosaurs. Oh my god, so much fun.
Yeah, it's an overall wonderful experience, and I think it's aged pretty well, especially for having tank controls. Most games with tank controls now are really hard to play, but this one I can still pick up and play really easily, and I still enjoy it for what it is.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you definitely have several different segments that keep it interesting the whole time. You could play through the whole thing in one sitting and you would never really feel that, like, strung out or
in fact, I
like it got
play it
long.
in one sitting.
Yeah, like it's a really... I enjoyed it a lot.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I still enjoy it a lot.
I would enjoy another one even more. Also, HD collection would be splendid, especially now that it's been 2 generations.
I don't know if that would actually happen though.
But it would have more merit than remaking a PlayStation 3 game for the PlayStation 4.
That's a good point. You got a good point.
I do have a good point. Make it, Capcom.
Do it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely awesome. to play through, and it's a really enjoyable experience. It's very artsy too, and it's a very awesome world they created. Although at points the story gets a little ridiculous with their convenience of all the terrible things coinciding with them showing up.
Yeah.
Like so many things seem to happen just because of plot.
Standard action stuff, really.
Yeah, I guess. Like, as soon as they get to the town, suddenly the raptors decide they're gonna attack them.
The Rapture.
I hate you.
Anyway, this game gets 2 T-Rexes out of a Gigantosaurus.
Yeah.
See you later.